We've gotten a lot of licensed LEGO themes ever since the first licensed themes in 1999, but which one is the worst? The first licensed themes that we ever got were in 1999, and they were Star Wars and Winnie the Pooh, which I just want to get out of the way. Little Duplo stuff like this, I'm really not going to count, even though they are licensed. They just obviously aren't made for us. And they do what they're supposed to be for little kids, so I don't think that they're bad. Now, one theme from the early 2000s I was considering is Galador, which you might not have heard of, but it is this really weird movie with these really weird Lego tie-ins. And they have these figures that are unlike any other Lego pieces we've ever gotten. But Galador was actually partly produced by the Lego group, so I don't actually want to really count that, since I guess in some way it is kind of a Lego original theme. Then in the mid to late 2000s, we got both the Avatar and SpongeBob themes, and the reason why I'm kind of putting these as a consideration is just because we got so few sets for them, but they are obviously really good IPs, so I'm not going to put them as the worst one. Kinda in contrast to that, in the early 2010s, we got some Lone Ranger sets, which is a one-off movie with Johnny Depp that performed really bad at the box office and no one really cares about, but these sets are actually really good. I had a lot of them when I was younger, and it was really cool to get a bunch of Western Lego sets, especially since they don't really make those now. Now, all the ones that I really am considering are actually from the past decade, one of them being the Minions theme, just because we get some really bad sets like this Gru set, but then also the play sets just are really weird, like random vehicles that don't seem to have too much to do with the Minions, and aren't iconic like Gru's big metal car that we've never gotten. But you do at least get some cool Minion figures, so I don't think I'm going to put that as the one. Another one that I'm kind of considering is the Nike theme, just because I don't care about the sets at all, and I don't think anyone really does either. But this one just hasn't been around long enough and hasn't gotten enough sets for me to choose it. And then the one that I was just about to choose is the Lego Trolls theme, which I forgot this even happened, but like, I mean, who cares about this, right? But the number one has to be the Angry Birds movie theme, and I think that this shows with the sales of the sets, because I remember these were in stores so much, always on sale, no one would ever buy them. And I think it makes sense just because the designs of the Angry Birds in that movie was just really weird, and it's weird that they made an Angry Birds movie in the first place. Everyone likes Angry Birds from the classic designs in the mobile games, not from this movie. And so having these like goofy, stupid designs as big Lego figures and then having builds that no one really cares about, just it makes sense that this is one of the worst Lego themes we've ever gotten.